Alright guys, I said I'd finish this tour of the barn and show you why I think there's a lot of wasted space in this barn. First thing I will say is how high it is and how much area there is in here. But as far as storing hay and straw, you only really have two sections. So years ago, back in the 60s, 70s, and maybe a little bit of the 80s, I don't know if it went to the 80s or not, but there were chickens in here. Lots of chickens, laying chickens. So first take you all the way to the top here, up the staircase of carpenter ants and up two flights here. And I kind of walked into an absolute mess, but what are you gonna do? It's what happens. So here we have a platform landing up at the top, and you can see all the hay that I have stored here. I don't know, there's close to 2,000 bales in here, I think, right now. All the way up there, you can see there's like a catwalk. It might have had something to do with the old system of putting hay in the barn. There's a door there, I'm not exactly sure, but there's a landing up there, staircase, another landing, and another staircase all the way down to the bottom. I haven't tried to climb up there, and I probably won't either. It probably won't hold me. So yeah, there's a lot of space in here. One thing, the rafters are pretty close together. It's nice to support the weight of the building. You can see there's a board across, and then out here toward the center there's another. I don't know if they had some type of roof hay conveyor system. Out on that end is open also. And up here is kind of a mess. Those are old chicken feeders. There's some nesting boxes there and there. My dad has some laying chickens over at his place. He got one of the nesting boxes. I like to get them out of here and get them somewhere stored a little bit better and cleaned up a little bit, because they're nice to have if you have some laying chickens around. So this up here is basically just nothing. It's just junk right now and pigeon manure. There's some spare tin up here. The floor isn't really good. It's caved in some places. There's sinkholes. I'm not going to walk out. And out there you can see the floor is through. It's like a tongue and groove, but you won't see me walking across there. I don't know if the roof had leaked at one time and rotted the floor. Out there you can see there's a hole. I'm going to stay away. But they used to have chickens up here. They had partitions like along the edge for more layers. There's some trap doors there outside. And also on the front of the barn there's doors all along. So it's kind of a mess and something that isn't functional. Like I said, the floor's in bad shape. It'd be something to clean out someday and basically tear the floor up. But that is a major undertaking, and I don't even know if the wood is worth anything. It is all tongue and groove. But with years of pigeon manure on it and decay, I can't see that. I mean, some of it's probably good, but it's a job that is going to take an awful lot of work. You can see there's no tin on the outside. It's just clapboard siding. And I don't know, this barn was weird that instead of having the vertical barn boards, they just put like a siding on the outside. So there's a lot of space in here. It's pretty far down where I'm at, but a lot of wasted space. So go back down the steps here. So the second floor, I apologize, it's a little dark in here and I have to watch. This floor isn't in the best of shape either. It's the same tongue and groove, and I apologize that it's a little bit dark. So I got to make sure I find where the rafters are at here. There you can see the nesting boxes. There's a whole wall along here, whole row along this wall, and there's a row back there, and then there is some straw stored up. I probably can't see it. I don't have a light for my camera. Anyway, that's all straw. I hear baby kittens. There's farm cats all over the place. Farm cats that are very well fed, I might add. Yeah, it sounds like there's kittens up here. Anyway, you can see. Goes right around the back there. You can see some of the windows that were boarded up. And these, I don't know if these were feeders or what. Any of you guys that do chickens, if you can let me know what these are. They're about, I don't know, a foot diameter steel piping, and you can see there's a chute on the bottom. They go from the first floor all the way up to the third floor. I'm not a chicken farmer, and I don't know what they would be used for. If they were feeders, if it was ventilation, I don't know. Some more nesting boxes there. So yeah, this is a whole second floor of basically, in my opinion, wasted space. I can't say I'd ever do chickens, laying chickens, because eggs aren't really top dollar. Meat chickens, I don't know. If you were going to raise them yourself and get them processed yourself and try to sell them, I don't know what it's all involved. Like I say, I was in the dairy business before, or worked in the dairy industry. But if you do contract growing for people, I doubt you could raise them in something like this. I don't know. Manuring out's the other issue. Being on the second floor, you'd have the manure spreader probably outside and have to fork it through the window. Water's an issue. Getting feed up to the second floor. So, I mean, to me, it's wasted space. I'd like to have it all tore out and be able to use this area and that area as two more hay mounds, but it is what it is. This is kind of a, I don't know, they probably had chickens in here. I don't really know what all it is right now. Like I say, this was here way before me. There's some slate, I guess, from the roof. We walk around back here. This is a concrete floor poured on top of the boards. The dairy barn's under here. Why they have a concrete floor here, I don't know. Probably something to do with the chickens. So we come back here, and these are those round tin things I was telling you about. They go from up here all the way up to the top, you probably saw, and I don't know what they are. Some more nest boxes. Just a mess, kind of. It's one of those deals where it never got cleaned out. Back here they had more chickens, and you can see the roof. Something's definitely leaking and rotting this all out. So it's only going to get worse unless something's done. But there's some remnants of the watering system, it looks like. And then we come around back. This I had forked out. This was about a foot deep of chicken manure. I had cleaned this out, and I actually hauled it over to my dad's when I was farming over there and spread it on the fields. It was probably 30-year-old chicken manure. Dusty spread. So in here we have basically some more nesting boxes. It's pretty solid in here. I don't know if they had the younger ones in here. Like I say, I'm not a chicken farmer. It's tongue and groove on the walls. It's vented at the top. They must have had the windows open at one time because there's like mesh over it. Plywood on the walls. And they have one of these boxes here. So it looked like it was a pretty big chicken operation. I don't know how many they had, but again, it's at the point where you either have to do something with it to preserve it or get rid of it. Because left unattended, it's just gonna keep getting worse over time. So, and again, I don't own the place, so there's a lot I'd like to do, but just kind of a shame, really. And like I say, it was the same thing over at my dad's when my granddad had passed away. And that I said in my advice for beginning farmers videos that anytime you have a lost generation, it's not uncommon to see farm buildings abandoned like this or just sitting. So yeah, this is the bank barn. It's pretty large. I never measured it. I'm sure it's wider than 40. I think my dad's is 40 by 80. This one is definitely wider. Might be 50 wide. And I never measured the length, but like I say, it's a lot bigger than 80, I think. And it's kind of a shame. And really all I'm using it for now is hay storage. And this roof leaks a little bit too. So figured I'd finish the rest of the tour. I did a video on the downstairs, the dairy barn. If you look back, old dairy barn tour. If you're interested, I love seeing old dairy barns. I promised to get video over at my dad's because old dairy barns are interesting to me anyway. So, and on the outside, like I said, you can see where the little doors, little hatches are. Probably for ventilation. And you see what I say about the siding. And then there they put the old shingles on. That was common around here too to see on barns. They put shingles on the side. So be nice to have tin on the whole outside, nice red barn tin. But for now, it is what it is. Making do with what's here. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you look back, I have some videos on the barn. And I'll just keep making videos if people are still interested. So thanks for watching.